especially for us, I just felt like we needed this game to really show our, true potential, what we can do as a defense. So that's really what we focused on. Me and my teammates, we got together. They said we really got to, show our character, show what we're really made of. So that's really what our biggest focus was for this game.
Let's open it up with some questions. Let's start off with Alan Moff from the Record Courier.
Yeah, CJ, seemed like you guys really had your way with
Alan,
them
I think
up
you're
front.
still on mute, buddy.
Just talk about, that's where it all starts. And just talk about.
Alan, I can't hear you.
Alan, I think you're still on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, let's see if we can't help Alan out there. There we go. He's
You hear me?
Volume.
My internet connection is unstable.
You got me now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you can't hear me now.
I can
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can't. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, just talk about, all starts in the trenches with you guys up front. I thought you really had your way with them up there. How important is that? Just talk about what you're able to do.
Being able to establish your dominance on the front line, offense or defense, is one of the biggest parts of the game that really goes unspoken. And for us, that means a lot because we have a lot of people on this team, especially our D line, that really want to show their character and what they're really about, and that we can win the game up front. That's that was our biggest thing today, showing that we can win the game up front. So that's really what we focus on today.
What do you think just overall the difference was? I mean, you guys had struggled a little bit recently. What was the difference today?
Our mindset definitely changed. We were very more, we wanted to attack, but we wanted to get off the quarterback. We wanted to make more plays, but as the line, not having, people in the backfield making the plays for us. So we really wanted to make plays for ourselves and, as a team, just be dominant, take control of the game as a defense. So that was really something we wanted to do today.
About you personally with 3 sacks. You've been in the backfield a lot this year, but nothing quite like today.
Mm-hmm.
What was working for you?
Yeah, just well.
To be honest, I was just locked in. We all had a rough week. Everybody had kind of had a sickness or flu, and we fought through it. Even though everybody was sick, we just had to come through it because we had business to handle. So we came in and handled that business to keep the wheel home where it belongs.
How special is it to shut those guys out?
Oh, it feels great. It feels great. They're our rivals, and we want to do whatever we can to keep them from scoring. Just destroy them, demolish them. So that felt great as a team. That's a great team win, and we feel great taking the wheel back home.
My last one, just talk about what it was like. Coach Cox was calling the shots for the first time. What was different today? What was that like?
We were very excited for this new stuff. For Coach Cox to take over, it was excitement. We got a burst of energy, and I felt like we really executed the plan very well, and we enjoyed playing football. Every time we step on the field, yes, we got business to do, but it's also a game that you have to have fun and enjoy. And I feel like we really had fun and we enjoyed it today.
All right, let's move over to Ryan Isley. Ryan, you got any questions for CJ?
Yeah, CJ, on that first possession, the second possession defensively, I should say, after your team had gone down and scored, and then you guys got them on that 4th down stop inside the 10. How important was that for you guys, keeping them out of the end zone and then letting the offense go back down and kind of took momentum right back away from them as they were trying to steal it?
That was important for us because once again, we showed our dominance. No matter where they are on the field, we show we can stop them, no matter where they are. So, asserting that dominance and showing that we can just, win this game flat out defensively or wherever on the field, we can just do it, and we got that done.
Ryan, any other questions for CJ? Let's move things over to Jack Burney from TV2 at Kent State.
Yes, CJ, not only do you keep the wheel, but you also are bowl eligible and you're giving yourselves a chance to play for the MAC East title next week. Just talk about what that means to you guys.
That's huge for us. We still got a chance, we're going to go to that's our goal. We want to go to the MAC championship. So we got to, do what we got to do for next week, win at home, keep winning at home. We don't lose at home. So we're not going to let that happen next week. So we go on to the MAC championship and do what we got to do.
That's all for me. Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
And let's wrap things up with James Oswald from the Kent Standard.
Yeah, CJ. I know the pass game has been something you guys have struggled in, a lot this year, but a really good game today. Can you talk about what you and your guys are doing out there to really limit their passing ability?
Excuse me, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys really limited their passing ability today. Can you kind of just talk about, how you guys were stopping the pass out there?
Yeah, 100%. First of all, we did it by stopping the run first. That was, our main goal. Then when you're gonna make a team one-dimensional, it's easy. Stop them from passing the ball, just playing coverage and getting after the quarterback. That was our main goal. We stopped the run, then made them one-dimensional, and they couldn't pass the ball on us.
And then last one for me, just Zane and West got that 2-point conversion. Was it kind of cool to see a defensive guy get in the end zone like that?
That felt great. That's somebody I look up to, somebody that even when I came on my official year, he was my host. So that felt great seeing one of my fellow big men scoring. It's awesome. Me and him share the same last name, so we do a lot of stuff together. It's like look up to my big brother.
All right, CJ, thank you. We'll let you.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good one.
All right, guys, with your questions, kind of a atypical game for you, but you still get the job done. Just what was working on that offense, even using your legs instead of the arm today?
Yeah, I mean, just coming in, we knew we kind of wanted to lean on them up front a little bit, just try to own the line of scrimmage. So that was a big part of it. So just kind of trying to impose that from the first snap to the last snap was a big reason for that. And that's kind of just the game plan we came in with today.
Well, let's start it off with some questions with Alan Moss from the Record Courier.
Yeah, Dustin, you go 3-0 against these guys as a starter. You've had 3 big games. Just talk about how special it is to play well. Obviously, anytime, but especially against these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I remember my freshman year on this field, turning around and seeing them run off with the wheel and just wanting to be a part of bringing that back to Kent and keeping it at Kent. So being able to be a part of that, and part of this team that's been able to do that is something that's really special to me and something I take a lot of pride in.
Is it nice as a quarterback to, especially the way you play the position, to not have to throw the ball that much and just be able to do what you guys did today?
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback's best friend is always the run game. So to be able to do that's always a big deal. And just to be able to, like I said, just kind of physically impose our will, especially on a rival, is always something you want to emphasize and take pride in.
For first half possessions, 4 touchdowns. Just talk about, like you said, what you were trying to do, obviously trying to oppose and able to do that and just take control of things so much.
Yeah. And I think the guys, we Coach Lewis challenged the guys to kind of come out fast and start fast, to put them behind us a little bit, to let our defense kind of hone in on the pass game. So to be able to do that was huge. Allowed our defense to really play at their best and kind of just all things kind of click together there.
Alan, any other questions for Dustin?
Yeah, just one more. As an offensive player, with things going on with the defense the last 10 days, what's that been like, and what did you see out there today that maybe you hadn't seen in the past?
Yeah, I mean, as an offensive player, especially as an older player on the team, just a captain on the team, you're obviously, you can't do it yourself, so you just try to encourage those guys and give them motivation and I guess they revigorate themselves a little bit this past week. So to see them come out and be able to execute a game plan like that and kind of have a new excitement to the way they were playing was really cool to see.
Well, let's move things along with Ryan Isley. Ryan, do you have any questions for Dustin?
I don't have anything.
All right, well, let's move things along to Jack Brady from TV2.
Yeah, Dustin, that run you had on that first drive kind of really set the tone for the rest of the offense, the rest of the day, in my opinion. Just talk a little bit about that play and just how you're able to kind of read the defense on that play for a big run.
Yeah, I mean, just a simple play. Just kind of looking at numbers in the box. Pretty easy read, honestly. And the boys up front just blocked it out upright, and I was able to kind of spring loose a little bit. Would have liked to finish it. Obviously, don't like getting caught there, but to be able to kind of do that early was a good way to get us going.
Last one for me. You guys bowl eligible, second time in 3 years. Just talk about how big that is for you guys as a program.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I think Ken's in a place right now where we can have a lot more sustained success than we've ever had in the past for this program's history. So to be able to be a part of that, like I said, is just really special to me and something that I wanted to do when I got here as a freshman.
And we'll wrap things up with James Oswald from the Kent Stater.
Yeah, Dustin, obviously your offensive line, great job out there today, protecting you and establishing the run. Can you kind of talk about them and just, how they did out there today?
Yeah, I mean, from the first snap to the last snap, those guys were handling their business the right way. Like I talked about earlier, we really emphasized kind of owning the line of scrimmage all week, and that was a big part of our game plan. So for them to be able to do that, they really won the game up front for us. And whenever you can have that, like I said, as a quarterback, that's your best friend. And whenever you can kind of manage the clock and manage different situations, that even allows your defense to play better, be more opportunistic with turnovers and such. So they really kind of opened the whole game up for us.
You guys went 7 for 13 on third down. Just talk about your offense's ability to pick up yards and get first downs when you need.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just comes down to a matter of execution. Kind of, no matter what the situation is at the time, just always making sure we're executing. Everyone does their 1/11th. I think when you kind of get caught up in trying to do too much is when teams make mistakes or screw up. So to be able to kind of just rely on each other and trust each other in those moments is huge.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Dustin. Congratulations on the victory. We'll get ready for Miami next week.
Hi, everyone. Tell you what, it's good to keep the wheel at home. It's great to continue to run Northeast Ohio the way that we've become accustomed to, 3 in a row. Really, really proud of our Flash Fast family and really excited about the coming week that's ahead. Our guys have worked extremely hard to set up a great opportunity and great moment at Dick Stadium. Looking forward to the challenge that lays ahead in the week.
Let's open things up for some questions. Let's start with Alan from the Record Courier.
Yeah, Coach, you made a move with your defensive leadership, and I don't even think you could have imagined it would work this well. Talk about what Coach Cox was able to do today and in your defense just as a whole, the difference today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great job. Unbelievable job by the kids, unbelievable job by the staff, and their work that they put into it. It was a really hard decision. But as a leader, you got to assess things, take your emotions out of it, and have the courage to act if that's what you think is necessary. And so that's what we did. And the kids did a great job. Staff did a great job. Excuse me. First shutout for the program since 2008. It's the first shutout in the rivalry since 1949. It's a heck of a performance, heck of a job by everyone involved. Excuse me.
What did you see out there today? It's pretty obvious that you were more effective, but just how were you more effective? What did you do today that maybe you weren't able to do in the last couple games, especially?
I thought our kids just played with confidence. I thought that they were able to, really play together as one, play with confidence, and really let their ability shine through. We simplified some things, allowed them to get off the rock a little bit quicker, be a little bit more disruptive. But really, it was the work that they put in, the effort and the energy that they put in through the course of the week, going through some bumps and bruises and some sickness. I mean, this is kind of like each unique chapter within this rivalry has its own deal. And I mean, we battled through some sickness and some different things, and the guys put forward an unbelievable performance. So really just their execution of the plan, playing with a great sense of physicality, really, created a lot of havoc on early downs that allowed us to get ahead of schedule and really maximize those opportunities.
Talk about your play on both lines. Obviously had your way on both sides of the ball and how important that is. I know that's what you guys try to do every week, but really able to do it this week.
Yeah, I mean, we pride ourselves on being physical, being a more physically dominant team. And that's a testament to the kids' hard work ever since we got back in January and really, getting after it in the weight room. And our plan is to succeed, and our plan to win always comes down to being able to stop the run and run the ball. And we were able to do that today. We were able to rush for 410 yards. Really dictate the flow and the pace of the game. And because of that, it led to great success.
First drive was all runs, Coach. Was that were you trying to set a tone there, trying to make a statement there with that, or is that just something that happened?
I like our boys up front. I like the ability that we have to lean on them. We got some unbelievable backs that run really, really hard. And Crum, what he brings to the run game, his resiliency, his toughness, we can lean on them. We can dictate the pace of the game. I thought one of the things that we had to do in this game in particular was really withstand the emotional onslaught early on. These guys have been playing really, really well as of late. Obviously, one possession games against Ball State, one possession game against Western Michigan. And I felt like if we could lean on them early, maybe take their will to play a little bit and really kind of, take control of the game. And our guys embraced that challenge, embraced that opportunity, and, obviously led to some great results at the end of the day.
Coming in, it's Gibson was hot, like he said. Obviously, you have Crum. That matchup in particular was interesting, and just talk about how it was very one-sided today and what Dustin was able to do.
Yeah, I mean, we leaned on Dustin's legs a little bit more, obviously, than his arm. I think we ended up throwing the ball maybe 15 times between him and Colin to collectively together. But again, like I think what goes, unnoticed at times is the multiple fronts that they were playing, and with what we do within the run game. There's so much within our offense that Crum does such a great job of seeing the front, making the proper reads, not being greedy, but just being needy for when he's going to give versus when he's going to pull, and everything that we do within the RPO game. It's another gritty, tough performance by him. And again, a great job by the boys up front, establishing, a new line of scrimmage every single play. I mean, we're getting great knockoff on the double teams, and, the ability with Chris Leach and Aaron Hackett and the added, dimension that they've brought to the run game, being able to control the edge of the line of scrimmage, that's really added and opened up a new dimension of our run game this year. And has allowed us to do things like this, to where we can rush over 400 yards again. And be top 5 in the country when it comes to running the ball and controlling the pace of the game.
My last one. I mean, you called 2 timeouts at the end of the first half when they're trying to kick a field goal. They miss it. You guys are still out there playing. Obviously, that shutout was important. Just got to talk about how important that was to you.
Yeah, I think anytime you get the opportunity to shut someone out, it's a big deal. Anytime you get a chance to do that against your rival, it's even bigger deal. So, we wore those Ohio logos with the bolt up in Northeast Ohio as a reminder that there's only one school that runs Northeast Ohio. And if you're a recruit or you're a high school coach, there's only one spot to send your kids, and that's this Flash Fast family.
Let's move things along to Ryan Isley. Ryan, any questions for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, you talked about next week and with everything on the line next week for the MAC East. How do you guys get ready for that game after the emotion of playing against Akron today?
You do the next thing the right way. This is everything that we've worked for, everything that we've set up. And obviously this is exactly where we want to be. We got everything that we've worked so hard for at Dick Stadium, where we've had a lot of success. And we got to do the next thing the right way at a championship level. We want to be champions. We got to have championship habits. So we got to celebrate the right way and have good fun, because obviously this is a big emotional rivalry win. So we got to do that the right way tonight. And we got to turn around tomorrow and be humble enough to learn from the tape where we can get better and have a great week of preparation for a very, very good Miami Redhawks team that's playing at a really high level right now, and know that we're going to have to bring our best brand of football, to defend Dick Stadium yet again.
Does it help a little bit that you play back-to-back Saturdays, so you can kind of get almost on a schedule of, instead of playing a Tuesday one week, a Wednesday the next, you're going back-to-back Saturdays with these 2 games?
I mean, the schedule's laid out well in advance. I got nothing to do with that. So whenever the games are played, wherever they're played at, let's put the ball down. Let's get it on. Anytime, anywhere, we'll get after it. So, I mean, the routine's a routine at this point in time. I think a lot more gets made about that than everyone else that's outside the family that's within it. So we're going to do what we're going to do, and we're going to be prepared to play.
Let's move things along to Jack Brody from TV2.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk a little bit about Brian Bradford? I feel like when he came to the game, the dude was just fighting for extra yards. He had ripped off that big touchdown run. Just talk a little bit about his performance.
Yeah, I mean, BB's a great kid that runs really, really hard, and obviously he had a rough moment earlier in the year that he's handled the right way. And I tell you what, he's really grown through that adversity, through that obstacle. And, he was ready. When his number was called upon, he was ready to roll. We talk all the time, about staying ready so you don't have to get ready. Again, there was some illnesses that the running backs were battling through, himself included. But when his number was called, he really stepped up and rose to the occasion because he's trained for the moment and he made the most of it. So again, very fortunate through the hard work that our staff has done, and more importantly, the way the kids have developed themselves. So where we have great competitive depth in all three phases. And even though when we're battling some sickness, some illness, and all different things, guys are there to answer the bell. And BB did a great job with that today.
You go down, score a touchdown, go up 20-0, and you line up and you go for two, direct snap to Zane West. Just talk a little bit about that decision there. And were you planning on going for two the whole time, or was it something you saw in the formation of Akron that you liked, or just talk a little bit about that?
We always have those options built into our plan. It was a premium look for what we wanted when we motioned. They motioned with, so we got a number count that we wanted. And then Zay did a great job, finding the daylight and maximizing the opportunity.
Last one for me. It's your 6th win. You're bowl eligible for the 2nd time in 3 years. Just talk about how much that means to you as a coach and for your players and as a program in general.
Yeah, it's everything, right? We've set high expectations. We've set a high standard for the program. And like we said numerous times before on this press conference, I want it to be commonplace to where you're making your holiday plans around where the Golden Flashes are going bowling. And so we get the opportunity to do that. The wheel stays at home. Most importantly, we happen to have 6 wins now. And now the next one's the most important one. And we got to defend Dick Stadium against a very, very good Miami of Ohio team.
And let's wrap things up with James Oswald from the Kent Standard.
Coach, we talked about how well the defense did today, but CJ West, obviously 3 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. Can you just kind of talk about what he was really doing well out there to kind of stick out?
Yeah, I thought the biggest thing up front was that those guys really came off the rock and did a great job, creating havoc by getting penetration and doing a really good job transitioning from run to pass by allowing them to get off the ball, to be a little bit more aggressive as opposed to playing lateral like we had in the past. Those guys were able to play their gap and just have their gap to worry about. It allowed them to transition a little bit quicker, like I said, from the run game to the pass game. And CJ was able to show up and make some big plays on the quarterback, get 3 crucial sacks. And anytime that you can do that, create those negative plays, big things are going to happen.
In the first half, there was a couple of times you guys were moving the ball and then there would be a penalty, but you guys did a really good job overcoming that today, always picking up after that. Just talk about your offense's ability to, overcome adversity and overcome those self-inflicted.
Yeah, obviously we'd love to limit those self-inflicted wounds. I guess that's kind of the one, lone negative spot, if you will, on the day is the number of penalties that we had in those self-inflicted wounds. That's a controllable that we want to be better at, so that we limit those opportunities to where we're putting ourselves behind the 8 ball. But again, it's a testament to our kids really in all 3 phases of how resilient they are. And no matter what adversity they come across, they're able to just bear down again, go forward and understand the plan for success, that if we get behind the change in those situations, if we can get, at least half, if not more in those situations, get back on schedule, we're going to be all right. And again, that's the beauty of this game, right? Like things aren't going to be perfect in your life. And these guys understand that. But if you keep fighting, you keep persevering, good things are going to happen. And eventually the universe just kind of submits to where someone who just doesn't quit. The universe just gets tired of you and say, okay, hey, let's just give this guy what he wants. And our guys do a great job of fighting and persevering day in and day out. Talk about being tough and just going harder, longer. I think those are just great kind of real world examples of that, to where our guys continue to fight and persevere, get back on schedule and not let it, one mistake become 2 and where that snowballs. They do a great job just staying the course and playing the next play and doing the right thing at a really high level.
And then not to overlook Andrew Glass, 3 straight field goals in the second half. To have a kicker that can go out there and do that going into a really important game where you might need those, what's that do to a team?
Yeah, it's awesome. Again, like in all 3 phases, Andrew did a great job in the kicking game, executed the kicks that we asked him to make. And then the second half to where we go get points. I think in every single possession except one, we got points, which was awesome. So those kicks are crucial for his confidence and to allow our team to know that they can have confidence and success in him because he's done that consistently throughout the course of the year.
All right, guys, thank you very much for a few moments of your time, Coach. We'll let you go celebrate with some good, clean American fun, or at least some rest and relaxation as we get ready for the Miami Redhawks.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support. Go Flashes.